To the distinguished representative of Pakistan.
Thank you, Mr. President. Pakistan welcomes this opportunity to engage in a constructive discussion on the Human Rights Council's annual report. We commend the President of the Human Rights Council for presenting a comprehensive account of the Council's work, which reflects its role in addressing diverse and evolving human rights issues globally. The Council continues to serve as a critical forum for dialogue, cooperation, and accountability. We reaffirm our commitment to its mandate of promoting and protecting human rights across the globe. Established as a subsidiary body of this Assembly, the Human Rights Council was envisioned to embody transparency, impartiality, and non-politicization, providing a just framework to address human rights issues worldwide. It is therefore troubling to observe these foundational principles compromised by political biases, entrenched polarization, and selective interest. As a member of the Human Rights Council, Pakistan believes that an inclusive and balanced approach that recognizes the diversity of human rights concerns across regions is essential for lasting progress. Pakistan is committed to upholding this principle by fostering constructive dialogue and avoiding politicization in the Council's work. Mr. President, today's global landscape faces a spectrum of crises, from climate change to food, fuel, and financial crises, amplifying inequalities, poverty, and social injustice. These challenges place substantial burdens on future generations. It is imperative that the Human Rights Council allocates its resources equitably across the spectrum of rights, balancing civil, political, economic, social, and cultural rights, including the right to development. Upholding all human rights without hierarchy will advance a balanced and comprehensive approach to dignity and equality worldwide. A more robust framework to address economic, social, and cultural rights, including the right to development, will support efforts to realize the Sustainable Development Goals. Due to spectrum of crises, many countries face resource constraints to impede their ability to fulfill human rights obligations. We urge member states and donor institutions to enhance funding and technical support for capacity building programs. This assistance should be demand-driven, culturally sensitive, and aligned with each country's unique socio-economic context to yield lasting impact. We also remain concerned that the rise of racial hatred, religious extremism, and violent nationalism has become more prominent, often spilling over into mainstream political discourse. In many regions, Islamophobia has been normalized, manifesting through calls for expulsion, restrictions on religious expressions, burning of Holy Quran, defamation of Islamic symbols and sacred places. These actions, often conducted under the guise of free speech, serve only to inflame division and violence. The Human Rights Council has a crucial role in addressing Islamophobia under its Agenda Item 9 and its prevention mandate. We urge the special procedures to investigate and present actionable recommendations to counter this rising threat, ensuring that human dignity is respected and that no community faces vilification and exclusion. Mr. President, we believe that the Human Rights Council's prevention mandate must apply universally, particularly in cases of foreign occupation and alien domination that result in systematic rights abuses. We call on all member states, especially those advocating for Council's prevention agenda, to demonstrate true impartiality by addressing the situations of foreign occupation with decisiveness. The credibility of the Human Rights Council depends on its ability to approach country-specific situation under Agenda Item 4 without selectivity. No state, irrespective of its power or influence, should be permitted to disregard fundamental human rights with impunity. The Council must increase its focus on human rights violations in UN-recognized disputed territories, especially those under prolonged foreign occupation. Such situations often lead to draconian legislation by occupying power who exploit their control to evade accountability, restrict freedoms, and suppress movements for self-determination. As a matter of international law and morality, the right to self-determination remains fundamental. We call upon the Council to dedicate greater attention to the plight of populations living under foreign occupation as they face violations of fundamental rights, including the denial of right to self-determination, dignity, and fundamental freedoms. The Human Rights Council should enhance efforts to advocate for and support these populations through independent investigation and regular reporting. Mr. President, the Council currently has around 90 special procedure mandates, both thematic and country-specific. This proliferation risks resource depletion and mandate duplication, undermining the effectiveness of the Council's work. We advocate for a streamlined, efficient system that focuses on quality over quantity, ensuring mandates complement each other and prioritize the most pressing issues. Mr. President, as the member of the Human Rights Council, Pakistan remains steadfast in its commitment to promoting and protecting human rights, both nationally and internationally. We continue to advocate for constructive dialogue, engagement, and consensus building within the Council and the Third Committee. We are hopeful that the Human Rights Council will rise to its mandate, championing the cause of human rights for all people in all regions without discrimination and prejudice. As we move forward, Pakistan remains resolute in its commitment to fostering a multilateral approach to human rights that transcends divisive politics and respects diverse cultural, religious, and social contexts. The Human Rights Council, as the principal forum for human rights, must uphold these principles without discrimination and prejudice. As we move forward, Pakistan remains resolute in its commitment to fostering a multilateral approach to human rights that transcends divisive politics and respects diverse cultural, religious, and social contexts. The Human Rights Council, as the principal forum for human rights, must uphold these principles to effectively serve the international community and address contemporary challenges that the world faces today. I thank you.
I thank the distinguished representative of Pakistan.